Welcome back, friends. Now, in my earlier video, we have discussed about the fundamentals of simple interest, calculating simple interest, arriving the formula. That is, for interest, it is P into R into T by 100. And for the total value, future value, how much it comes means future value F is equal to P plus R by 100 into T. And with some 10% example, we have understood that P into 1.10 into T. This is about simple interest. Now let us understand the compound interest. The concept of compound interest comes. Suppose in simple interest, whatever the interest you are getting or we are getting, uh, we are simply taking it. We are not again reinvesting it. What will happen? Suppose I am getting every year 100 rupees interest for 1000 at the rate of 10%. This I am again investing for another year. Then what will be my total income after 2 years? Suppose on the second year, if I am getting some interest, that also I am investing for third year, including my principal. Then what will be the total income at the end of the third year? That means the interest is reinvested for 3 years. So what will be the total final income for me if I am having 1000 rupees now and the interest rate is 10% and I am not taking the interest? Whatever the interest every year I am getting, again I am reinvesting up to 3 years. So this is what is known as compound interest. The word compounding means the interest is reinvested and compounded. The interest is compounded. Now let us try to understand and arrive at the formula. We will make the formula now. So what will happen in the first year? Let us simply see what will happen in the first year. First year, what will be the interest at the end of, suppose you have 1000 rupees of principal. The interest rate is 10%. So as per our simple interest formula, the total amount will be P into 1 plus R. That is P into 1 plus interest rate is 10%, that is 10 by 100, or 0.10. 1 plus 0.10, 1.10. So 1000 into 1.10, it becomes 1100 at the end of first year. Now I am again reinvesting it for another year at the same interest rate, this 1100. So the principal at the beginning of the second year is not 1000, it is 1100 now. So what will be the amount I am receiving at the end of second year? It becomes 1100 into 1.10. So at the end of second year, I am getting 1210. And for the third year, this 1210 is becoming the principal, because this again I am investing for one more year. So the formula will be P, that is 1210 into 1.10. It becomes 1331. So if I am having 1000 rupees now and the interest rate is 10%, if I am not taking the interest, I am reinvesting into it. At the end of the year, 3 years, I am getting 1331. See, if it is a simple interest, that means if you are not taking reinvesting this 100 rupees, simply for 3 years we are getting 300 rupees plus principal. Totally we are getting only 1300. Whereas since you are reinvesting the whatever the interest we are earned, this 100 rupees again and again for 3 years, totally we are getting 1331. This 31 is the interest that is earned due to reinvesting of this interest portion what you are earning every year. So this is the simple concept of compound interest. Now let us arrive the compound interest formula. It looks like this. You see here, if you see here, first year what we do, 1000 rupees principal and 1.10, so it becomes 1100. Now this 1100 becomes the principal for second year. That means how we have arrived 1100? 1000 into 1.10. So instead of 1100, I can put in place of 1100 this, 1000 into 1.10. So 1000 into 1.10 into second year 1.10. It becomes 1210. So this becomes the principal amount at the beginning of the third year. Instead of writing this 1210, I can put this, so 1000 into 1.10 into 1.10 into interest rate for the third year 1.10. So totally I am getting 1321 rupees. 31 rupees, I'm sorry, 1331 rupees. So what has happened here? The principal amount 1000 is multiplied by 1.10 3 times to arrive at 1331. So this 1.10 3 times multiplication can very much be represented 1.10 into 1.10 into 1.10. That means what? 1.10 to the power of cube, whole cube. So it can also be represented as 1000 into 1.10 whole cube. What is this? This is 3 years interest. Suppose if it is 4 years, another 4th 1.10 will become, then it becomes 1.10 to the power of 4. So the power represents the time, 1.10 represents the interest rate, 1000 represents the principal. Like this, we have arrived the final formula. Future value in compound interest, FV is equal to P into 1 plus R to the whole power of T. So that will be the formula. So what is happening here? P into 1 plus R, that is R here we have given 10%, to the power of cube we have given. Or this can be as a formula, this can be represented as P into 1 plus R to the power of T. That is whatever it may be. If it is 2 years, we will have only two 1.10s. If it is 3 years, we are having 3 times multiplications. If it is 4, we will have 4 times multiplications of the principal amount. So this power represents time. The figures in the bracket 1 plus R and principal. So in compound interest, the future value formula is future value FV is equal to P into within bracket 1 plus R to the whole power of T, time. Right? Now, what I am telling is to arrive the future value, I am multiplying the present value with the R raised to the power of T. There are 3 values. It looks like this. You see here, the future value is present value into 1 plus R raised to the power of T. There are 3 values. One is future value. Second is present value, that is the amount what I am having. And here is 1 plus interest rate, right? And there will be T raised to this bracket raised to the power of T. Here it is only 1 year, let us say. So we have not put 1 here. If it is 3 years, 1 plus R to the power of 3. When you are given 3 values here, if you know any 2 values, you can find out the third value.